Rod, 3-1 win here at Bishop Stortford, a perfect way to start 2017.
Yeah, it's all we come here for is literally get the 3 points. It's lovely when you play well, like I felt we did as well. But the main thing is the 3 points, and I felt, to be fair to Stortford, they made a lot more of a game of it today. I think the conditions obviously was hard out there, and the pitch had got sort of quite heavy. But I think the goals we'd scored were very good, well taken goals. And to be fair to Greeny, he got them back in the game at 1-1 with a great strike. Unfortunately, Chris Bush slipped at the wrong time, and to be fair to Aaron Green, he's wrapped his foot around it and put it in the top corner. So, what I was pleased with, we had to come back from that, and it shows a bit of character. But I felt the boys, their attitudes today was fantastic, considering we'd won 4-0 only last week. Very easy for people to come and switch off and take it for granted. But my job today was to make sure we was firing all cylinders and making sure that the boys knew that today was going to be a tougher game, and it was only half time.
Yeah, definitely. I think after the last game we knew that they were quite vulnerable at the back, and I was just happy to sort of get back on the short score sheet again after such a short period of time, and hopefully keep scoring goals. So that's what I've come here to do. So it's got off to a decent start finally. Not a bad way to start the year. So yeah.
You mentioned before it was 9 games before your first goal, and then 4 in 2, and you grabbed yourself a perfect hat-trick as well today, one with your left, one with your right, one with your head.
Yeah, Ash actually pointed that out because I didn't sort of clock it beforehand, but he pointed that out in the change room. It's not a bad way to score a hat-trick anyway. So.
And there was no chance there was anyone taking that penalty off you, were there?
No. I saw Jeff was sort of walking up to me, and I said to him, like, you got to let me have it for the hat-trick chance. So he was kind enough to let me have it, and was able to slot it away. So yeah.
You mentioned about the conditions. It's been absolutely tipping it down all afternoon here. It contributed to Chris Bush slipping over and Aaron Green scoring the equaliser. And it was quite vital to get that third goal as well just before half-time, because at 2-1 in these conditions it could have been a different game.
Yeah, 2-1's an horrible scoreline because the game's never won, and neither is it won at 3-1. But it was a little bit of a mistake by Bushy. He could have probably dealt with it as soon as the ball came into him, but he took a touch and he's lost his footing. But still, a great finish by Greeny, to be fair. That's a hell of a strike from probably 25-30 yards. So you have to give him credit on that. But I thought the way we responded was good. And, my only little bit of disappointment today, and that's not because I want to have a go at Stortford, it's because I want my boys to smell the sense of ruthlessness. And I want them to see the opportunity that today we could have probably scored another 3 or 4 easy. And, it's not been Jeffers'. I thought Jeffers was tremendous today, but the last 2 games against Stortford, he's probably been the most unluckiest centre forward I've seen. So, and then all of a sudden, Elliott ain't been scoring, and he scored 4. So, great hat-trick from him today, but I just felt I never felt we was in any danger of losing the game. But, you have to get the job done, and if we'd have got the 4th, I think that would have really took any belief that they'd had away from them. Where, at 3-1 they were still fighting to the death, to be fair to him, and I think with that bit of spirit, they're not going to make life easy for teams down the bottom. And, they've signed 1 or 2 today, but I've just got to concentrate on myself, really, and I've got to just say my boys have been tremendous because it was all about mindset today. It was about mindset. We knew we probably got the better players, and we know that we got some match winners, but the mindset had to be, if you don't work hard, then the chances are that they can nip in and probably cause a little bit of an upset.
And that third goal in these conditions probably proved to be quite vital. We see with Aaron Green's goal, it was a slip from Chris Bush, and if it was going at half-time 2-1 in these conditions, it could have been a different game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what the gaffer said to us at half-time. He said 3-1's it's not an easy scoreline to be leading by these days, because they nick one back and then they're on the front foot and you never know what can happen. But I thought we defended well, kept on top of them, and was able to sort of see the game out. So yeah.
And speaking to the gaffer just a minute ago, he was mentioning how he wants to see the players be a bit more ruthless in front of goal. You can see where he's coming from with a lot of chances we missed today.
Yeah, definitely. Jeffers obviously was unfortunate to get on a score sheet today as well, but you see what he's saying. You want your strikers and players in and around the box to sort of hit targets at least, because teams can sort of get back into games so quickly these days. So if we can sort of at least hit the target and score goals as much as we can, then I'm sure the defending side of things will take care of things, and we can easily win games.
Another word on Elliott Buchanan, as we mentioned on Boxing Day, it was his first goal in 9 games, and then he's gone and got a hat-trick today, a perfect hat-trick as well, one with the right, one with the left, and one with the header.
Well, yeah, Elliott does like a match ball. So he must have probably felt that looking at him on Boxing Day, there was an opportunity for him to get goals here today. But I thought his first goal was so clinical. What a crossing from Robbie Wilmot. I mean, that's just the forward's delight. I thought he was excellent there. Took his penalty well, and the other goal he's got. So he's got an hat-trick that I think was very, very clinical. And we needed that today. We really needed people to be clinical in the box. As you say, Sean's played really well, but not been as clinical in the box. So, you know, how bad a combination is that if one's having an off day and the other one's having a good day? So, you know, that was pretty much a difference. They didn't have a lot of chances at us. You know, one or two times they broke away in bits and pieces. But overall, I think Ross is a little bit disappointed he ain't kept a clean sheet today, because they haven't really created too many chances, and he hasn't had to keep us in the game. So, but, you know, I just want to go back to, you know, the Stortford. It was great to see there was a good crowd here today, and you know, I really hope that if they continue that desire, that, you know, the club can pull itself out of it, because I've never ever once have I had any enjoyment or any involvement of wishing them to not stay in this division, because I think this is what New Year's Day is all about. You know, coming to a ground today with all these supporters, young kids that are standing next to me here, and you know, obviously we want that. Where if they go out of the division, obviously we're going to lose that. And I spent 4.5 years here keeping this club in this division. I've got a lot of good friends. I've been treated absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I hope they really pull out of it.
It looks like it's turned out to be almost a perfect Christmas and New Year period for us. 6 points from our 2 games, and other teams around us dropping points sees us up to 4th going into that game with Whitehall next week. Yeah, that was the aim. I mean, we always have utmost respect for the opposition that we're playing. We knew that we would be able to get the 6 points if we just done our side of things right, and we was able to. And yeah, we've got the 6 points out of the 2 games, and yes, us into the playoffs. I think that was the original aim for the team, which the gaffer told me. And yeah, we're over the moon to be that. We just got to try and keep this form on top. So yeah. And what are you expecting from Whitehall next week? It's a tricky one. They're quite low down the table, quite near the relegation zone. But as we've seen last season, they're a team that can cause a lot of surprises. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't write Whitehall off at all. I mean, I've played there a couple of times now, and even though they are down at the bottom of the league, they can still produce sort of good football at times and stuff, and still hurt teams. So we've got to take that into consideration and just play like we did today, and I'm sure we won't have any problems.